everyone. Welcome back to the second episode of Binge and Build. This is a new series where we either build homes and review, or, of course, in this episode, we're actually building The Sims from a TV show that I'm going to review. But today, we're going to sink our teeth into the show Bitten. This is a supernatural show that has love, romance, and some betrayal. We're going to create two of the main characters. This is an ensemble cast. So two of the characters we're creating is Elena and Clay, some of our favorite characters. And I'm hoping to break down some of my favorite moments and some of my least favorite moments from this show. It is a show that ran on the Sci-Fi Channel, I think from 2014 to 2017, 18, somewhere around then. So let's go ahead and talk about the first character. We're going to talk about Elena. Of course, her name is Elena Michaels. I just put her as Elena Bitten on this. You'll see that. And she is actually the only female werewolf. And they kind of exploit her in this show. Like some of the men kind of exploit her and make her feel like some kind of object. And that's where I really disliked that, because I do love her character in general. She is kind of struggling between her human and werewolf self. She ran off to the city, and you find out in the first season she ran off. Later you find out because she hurt someone, and she was always fighting. And you later find out the reason why she is the only female is because she had a wolf dad, and her mother was a daughter of an alpha. So she had that lichen gene. They kind of go in there. So, of course, I did make her character with her blue eyes, her pretty hair, of course. This one she's played by Laura Vandervoot, I think. That's how you say her name. I'm not very good. But I do think that she is... I made her romantic in this one. I should have made her some other things, but I made her romantic. I don't even remember what else. But anyways, let's move on to the second character. As you can tell, I'm still working with her, but as you can tell, we're just kind of... So let's move on to Clay. Elena's... He's kind of complicated. In the first season, they're not really together. And because she ran off and she broke up with him, she does meet someone else in the city, like in Canada, is basically where they're at. And, he looks exactly what you think a werewolf looks like. He also wears lots of plaid in this series. So I try to give him lots of plaid-like things. But on the side note of reviewing this, boy clothes in The Sims 4 kind of bites, I'm gonna be honest. And the hair for the female, all their hair looks flat or weird. But anyway, he is very protective. He's very intelligent because he is a doctor. He has a doctorate and he's a professor. You find out when they meet, when she's still like a senior in college, I believe, and he's the professor. He actually turns her into the werewolf because their alpha, Jeremy, thought she's seen him turn into a werewolf, and that's one of the rules. They have some rules that they have to follow. But yes, he is... I made him romantic. I did make him I think ambitious, I think. But yes, he's known for the fighting type. He is known to kick your butt. He is very tough. He is the fighter. In the show, the two characters in the show and the actors have fantastic chemistry together. So that is one of the highlights of the show, is they do have fantastic chemistry, which there is some flaws in the show because she does move off in the first season. About halfway, a couple episodes in, she has to go back. And, she leaves her boyfriend that she says she loves. You hear that all the time. I love him. She's struggling with, the Clay and her boyfriend. What's her boyfriend's name? Paul, I think. And, however, the first season ends with a bang because someone takes her ex-boyfriend and goes, catch my drift. Um, but that's the only thing that feels disjointed because they kind of like rushed that off. Um, Season 1 is the best. They do have a villain named Malcolm, which is Jeremy, which is their alpha's dad, who is a really good villain, but they kind of cut it short because then they introduce Season 2, they introduce witches into the show. But the witches are great. Like, I love the character of Paige. Awesome. They also, there's so many other ones, like, and they're not afraid to like to axe, if you catch my drift, characters off the show. And that's pretty cool. I do love like the second season where Elena does end up in the like hospital where they're like experimenting on them to try to awaken this powerful witch to end all the other worlds. Of course, this is based on a book too. I've never read the book, but there is a lot of details into what was I saying? There's a lot of books. So there is definitely first season. Second season's not as good, and the third season feels really rushed because I did read an article where it says like they cut their third season and they had to quickly put out something. So it does end. I do like how it ends, though. It's a little different because they're always hiding. They're always having to get rid of humans that know their secret. And so Elena, she does meet her dad in the third season. And her dad really, her dad helps her, and he kind of, I wish we got to see more of their dynamic, but it was cut short. I think we could have probably extended it, and I think we would have a little bit longer. But he helps her, and they expose the werewolf secret to the world. And I think that's a pretty cool aspect. And some go in hiding, and they burn down because their place is called Stonehaven. It's a really easy binge. So does it deserve a binge? Yes. The series overall, I'd give probably like a 3.5 out of 5. It's not like the best series I've seen, but it's not bad. I think it falls for the curse of the time because there were so many different supernatural shows out at that time that it kind of fell under the radar a little bit. And it was a sci-fi original, and I think people have their thoughts about sci-fi, which for sci-fi show, I'd say it's pretty good for a sci-fi show. If you really like supernatural dramas, rewatching it was fun to see. It's a very easy drama. You can watch it in a weekend. They're about 44 minutes long each episode. Some of the storylines can be predictable because I think supernatural shows are very predictable in general. But I do think the characters are a little bit, some of them build slowly, some of them don't. The characters are really, really good. I like the chemistry that they do have. They feel like a real like pack, and each of them bring their own dynamic. So there you have it. Hopefully you liked my Sims 4 version of Clay and Elena, and let me know in the comments if you did or not. And don't forget to like, subscribe for more binge and build. And what show should I do next? Hopefully you guys really enjoyed this. Like I said, give a Binge a watch. I watched Binge. Give Bitten a watch. And I watched Bitten on Tubi, and it's free. I don't know if it's still there because it's been like a week or two since I watched it, so I didn't check before this video. But please let me know what you guys think of the new series. I'm really excited to start something new. Let me know anything else you'd like to see from me besides this show. And I hope to see you next time. And hopefully you have happy times binging and building The Sims. And I will see you soon. Bye-bye.